Okay, so as many of you requested, this is my first time vlogging. Okay, so not really vlog style, but this is going to be an interesting video because first of all, I don't have a vlogging camera and I'm shooting this vlog on my C100, so that's definitely going to be interesting. Today is a Friday, so I like to keep my workload as light as possible, so I decided to shoot a setup video for you guys so you guys can get a rough idea of what I'm working with, especially space-wise, between these four walls. I write scripts, I shoot video, I do my voiceover work. Pretty much all the production for Hardware Canucks from my end takes place between these four walls. I actually want to point out that I will be holding the C100, so this is going to be a little interesting because that's a heavy camera, and I'm definitely going to have some challenges, but let's just see how it's going to work out.
The new NZXT S340 Elite. What makes it so elite? We've got a gorgeous tempered glass panel, extra VR ports, improved cable management, and an awesome magnetic puck. The name is fitting, elite features at a good price. S340 Elite. Check it out in the description below.
Okay, so this is my office. I guess let's actually start with the filming space. This is going to be a little interesting, actually. So this is a white desk. Actually, I picked it up from IKEA. It's a glossy finish, so I think when I'm shooting B-roll, when I shoot B-roll, it has some cool reflections on the surface, and I really like it. I'll actually leave some shots right now so you can get a rough idea of what I'm working with. Obviously, this is my tripod. It's a Benro tripod that I've been using for about 2 years now. It's been holding up pretty well. In fact, the screw started to, I guess the spring started to loosen up, so I had to tighten it at some point. I think I tightened it up last week, and it's working as if I bought it yesterday, so that's pretty awesome. So for the fluid head, I'm using the Manfrotto MVH502AH. It has been holding up pretty well, actually. I mounted my C100 on top of it. It's a daily driver, so I'm not thinking of replacing it anytime soon. It's been with me for quite some time, and I'm absolutely loving using that. This is probably the most interesting stack that I've had ever. It's the pretty much all of GTX 10 series cards, the 1070, the 1060, the 1050 Ti, and the 1080 from PNY. So I'm actually looking forward to filming these cards next week. So I received a gaming chair yesterday, and this is actually the Vertigear PL7000. So that should be an interesting review. That should be coming up very shortly. I'm actually loving it so far. It's I actually tested out the SL5000. I think that was last year or so. I think this is their new series that they're launching. And so far it's been holding up pretty well. I really enjoy sitting on this. It's a different experience, and I'm definitely enjoying this. Stay tuned for that review as well. So this is an interesting setup. First of all, I'm actually thinking of setting up a test bench over here. I'm actually planning to move away. Obviously, when Kaby Lake comes out, I'm definitely going to replace my main workstation PC with Kaby Lake and I'll take all the parts from my current editing workstation, probably put it in the Enthro Lux, and create a test bench over here. So if I'm testing GPUs or any components, PC related components, this is where the testing progress will take place. It's actually an interesting setup because I'm actually using this as a filming space too, because this black mouse pad from AlphaCool is something that I use. I've started to use this for my filming or for my B-roll, and it works out pretty well. So yeah, it's an awesome setup, and I enjoy filming here too. And of course, we have the bunny, which is the cutest looking thing. Next week, stay tuned for the review of the Cooler Master Pulse Pro. Oh my god, this is probably the most ridiculous pair of headphones that I've ever tested. But I'm not going to be going into detail or any further detail. Yeah, check out the review, or just stay tuned for the review next week. It'll be live. But yeah, not a fan of those, Cooler Master. I'm sorry. I guess this could be called as my storage unit. It's a little bit of a weird setup. Everything that I've reviewed basically comes here. I guess I'm starting to create this collage of boxes. I mean, I love boxes, so I don't really want to lose them, or I don't want to throw them away. So usually, there are stuff in it, so I'm definitely not going to throw them. But eventually, at some point, they have to start moving out. But for now, they work. All right, time for the setup. So you guys have been waiting for this, but I think it's about time that I showcase my setup that I use on a regular basis to produce content. Let's actually start with the desk. This is actually and desk that I picked up from IKEA. I think it's called the Good Luck Eber. Let's actually start with the peripherals. Why don't we do that first? So first of all, I'm using the White Fox. This is absolutely amazing. I love this keyboard. Ever since I started testing this out, I absolutely fell in love with it. The small compact form factor is amazing. I have the review of that keyboard posted on the channel so you guys can check it out. The mouse of choice has been the Myonix Avior 7000. It's an optical mouse. I love this. I guess I have a sentimental value for this mouse because my first video review for Harvard Canucks was this guy. It was the review of the Myonix Avior 7000, and I guess it's what got me started on this channel, and I'm still using it. So I guess there's a little bit of a sentimental value there. So I don't think I'm going to replace it anytime soon. It works great. I mean, the sensor is amazing. I love playing Battlefield 1 and Overwatch and Gears of War, which I'm not really a fan of, but it's a great mouse. I really enjoy using this. Now, for my pair of headphones, you guys probably know this. I'm using the Beyerdynamic DT990 Premium headphones. And I kind of hate to say this, but I'm actually driving these on the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. Let me actually zoom in so you can get a rough idea. It's a terrible setup because, first of all, the 2i2 is an absolute nightmare when it comes to powering these kind of headphones. You really need a good DAC or headphone amp to power these headphones. So I'm actually planning to pick up something from Creative Labs or Mayflower Electronics, like the O2 DAC or something along those lines to properly power these headphones. But regardless of that, I really enjoy using these headphones on a regular basis when it comes to editing, listening to music, and stuff like that. So it's really awesome. I really enjoy listening to these. I also have this headphone stand. It's from Spigen. So this is what I use to dock my phone. So that way I can easily, look at notifications or any sort of email if I want to respond. Or sometimes if I want to watch content, all I do is I just place it in front of me like this. I'll leave it in landscape mode. And the best part about the 6P is the front-facing speakers. So I can just watch content and it looks pretty awesome. My choice for desktop speakers are the Bose Companion 20s. You see, the problem with my setup is those two monitors because they are they're mounted to traditional base mount. I'll talk about them in a bit. But the problem is that there's no room for a proper studio monitor. So I was looking online. I was looking for I think I was researching for about a week or two just to find the proper set of speakers. So I decided to pick these up. I think they fit properly on my space, on a tight space like this. And they sound great. I mean, for a 2.0 setup, they sound really good. Okay, now to the pixels that power the whole setup. So that is a Dell P2715Q 4K monitor. And the one that's sitting beside it is the Acer XB270HU 1440p monitor. Now, both monitors have different resolutions. That's 4K and that's 1440p. But they have their own purposes. For example, I use the 4K monitor for Premiere Pro because I can get a lot more real estate when I'm editing in 4K, especially when I'm editing 1080p footage because my C100 shoots 1080p. And of course, the color accuracy on this one is actually a little better compared to the Acer XB270HU monitor. So I prefer using this for editing in Premiere Pro. After Effects runs on this one, but I use this primarily for gaming. So if I'm testing peripherals or hardware or GPUs or anything like that, or if I'm gaming just for casually, this is the monitor that I'm using because the refresh rate is 144 Hertz and it's G-Sync. So that is obviously a bonus, especially when you're gaming. So I really enjoy having the best of both worlds, and it's still a pretty awesome experience. And now onto the workstation PC that's powering the whole setup. This is something that I just can't stop staring at every single day because of that tempered glass. For those of you who are wondering, this is the Fantex Evolve ATX tempered glass edition case. I actually upgraded to this case from my Amphil Lux that's sitting over there, and this is an absolutely worthy upgrade. It looks amazing. It's beautiful. It's definitely something that I just can't stop staring at, like I said. One of the things I like about this case is the build quality. I mean, this is rock solid. It's a solid aluminum plate. I mean, if you listen to the sound, you can tell they've taken the premium quality to the next level. And of course, you're paying a premium price for that. Now, specs-wise, is nothing. I guess it is kind of old school, but it's still a beast I've got a 4930K overclocked at 4.5 gigahertz, and cooling that is an Alpha Cool Ice Bear 240. I've got a GTX 1080 from EVGA. It's the superclocked version, and it's running the whole show. And beneath, I have two OCZ RD400 PCIe drives. The first one is a 1 terabyte hard drive. I use that for my footage, and pretty much when I'm offloading or using Premiere, that's the drive that primarily has been utilized for reading and writing footage. And I have my the drive that's beneath it is a scratch drive for Adobe Premiere Pro and After Effects. And that's pretty much it. I mean, the specs are kind of outdated except for the graphics card and of course a few other components, but eventually when KB Lake comes out, I'm definitely going to plan to upgrade to KB Lake like I said before, take the parts from my PC, put it on my Intel Lux or maybe a different case or a test bench, and use this as my testing station. So that is definitely going to be an interesting video. So stay tuned for that. Now, if you're wondering about this little wire over here, this is actually an LED strip connector that I connect my Fantex LED strips to get the blue ambience over on that side. So that's how you get some of the shots. When I'm doing my on-cam stuff, you'll be able to see that blue hindrance, or I guess the blue ambient light on the back, and it's a pretty cool effect. So this is what I use, and this is the connector to it. So yeah, ghetto setups, guys, ghetto setups. So that is my first vlogging experiment using the C100. I hope you enjoyed, and if you have any suggestions, definitely leave them down in the comments section, so I will make sure to check them out. I'm thinking of picking up a smaller camera before I head out to CES, because we're thinking of doing a vlog content. We're thinking of doing vlog content along with our actual coverage content for CES, so it is something that I need to work on soon. And if you have any suggestions for cameras that are perfect for vlogging, leave them in the comment down below and I will make sure to check them out. I'm Eber with Canucks. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.